Hello everyone, welcome back to RagingElephants.org. I'm Apostle Claver Kamau-Imani. Everybody is very excited about the success that we had with the Martin Luther King Jr. was a Republican billboard, and we should be. It was a fabulous success. It gave us a national profile. We got national media coverage, from coast to coast. It blew up the website, and those that subscribe to the website now, our Facebook page has grown fantastically. And we were really, really happy about the investment that we made, the message that we got out, and we want to do more. And this is what this vlog is really all about. What do we do now? And what we're going to do right now is we're going to continue with our messaging campaign. We have produced 3 new radio ads. Now, $20 million is what the left has put together, an organization called Healthcare for America Now, HCAN. Now, this coalition, this organization is made up of some of our favorite people, such as ACORN, the AFL-CIO, Center for American Progress, Democracy for America, the NAACP, MoveOn.org, the SEIU, Service Employees International Union. You know all the players, the ones that are strong-arming healthcare participants at the town halls right now. The SEIU thugs, yeah. They've raised $20 million for their organizing and their air campaign, their broadcasting advertising campaign. I wish we could raise $20 million. I pray the day comes when we can raise $20 million for the cause of liberty, for the cause of the Constitution. This nation needs, if nothing else, a tsunami of liberty, of freedom, a new spirit of repeal. Take some of these laws that have done so much damage to our society, to the freedoms of our individual citizens, our individual rights, start repealing them. That's for another vlog, where we need a new breed of candidate on the ballot to go to Washington and to whatever your state capital is and say, if it's tyranny, we're going to repeal it. But that's not what we're going to be talking about in today's vlog. It's going to be about how do we continue our very aggressive messaging campaign? How do we continue our psychological warfare? And these 3 new radio ads is what we believe is the next logical step. You know, Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel is famous for saying, don't waste a good crisis. These guys on the left are very good at that, recognizing a crisis and then being able to use it to advance their political agenda. We think we should be doing the same at RagingElephants.org. Now, what do I mean? The healthcare debate is going on right now as you're watching this video. Here we are, smack dab in the middle of August. So we've done 2 of the ads that deal with the healthcare government takeover. Now, these ads are designed, produced specifically towards the demographic audience that we want to draw away from the Democratic Party and into the conservative movement, namely African Americans. We want to place these ads on Black and Christian radio, urban radio. These ads are designed, the language in the ad is designed to talk to them, their psychology, their mindset, to talk to them about the fact that Mr. Obama, in his campaign promises in this healthcare reform, is now breaking those promises. We made it real. We made it personal because in one of the radio ads, it literally tells a true story about my father and the life-saving surgery that he had to have just a few months ago. Well, if Mr. Obama's healthcare plan would have been in place at that moment, the reality is a bureaucrat could have decided his future, whether he would have the surgery or not. Now, that's very real. The second one talks about the promises of not raising taxes made by Mr. Obama and Vice President Biden. Well, we now know that if the health care bill, as it is right now, the Democratic health care bill, H.R. 3200, is enacted, we know that more than likely everyone's taxes, pretty much everyone's taxes, will go up regardless of what income level you're at. A direct breaking of his promise of not raising taxes first over anybody making under 250 and then under 200 and then 150. We know how that sliding scale goes. And we knew from the very beginning that it was probably going to be everybody who's going to have their taxes raised. So those are the 2 ads that deal with what I call Obama death care. The third ad deals with the hate crimes legislation. Now, in this hate crimes legislation that was passed as H.R. 1913 in the House and then was attached as an amendment to the Defense Appropriations Bill in the Senate, it could potentially allow for the prosecution of ministers if they decide to preach from certain sections of the Bible dealing with sexual immorality, specifically homosexuality and same-sex marriage. We think it's a very dangerous piece of legislation. We know what has happened with similar legislation in Canada, in Sweden, over in Europe. Pastors have actually been imprisoned and fined for exercising speech when it comes to preaching of the gospel. Now, just imagine if we take that third ad and we put that on Christian radio, on black Christian radio, and you know how African Americans feel about traditional Judeo-Christian ethics, traditional marriage. They voted 70% in California for Proposition 8, defining marriage as one man and one woman, 72% in Florida. And there was an absolute riot almost at City Hall in Washington, D.C. when, by a vote of 12-1, the Washington, D.C. City Council decided to recognize same-sex marriages performed in other states. Now, what does this mean? This means that the African American community, as we already know, is socially and economically conservative. And we want to place these radio ads in strategic urban stations, urban cities. What does it take? It takes funding. It takes a war chest. We know that old media is the best way to reach the demographic that we're trying to draw into the conservative movement. And old media is not free, like Facebook, like Twitter, like YouTube. It costs. We're asking you to make a donation, a minimum of $40. Now, we know the economy is hard. And you know that on our website, we actually have a button for a $1 donation. So no matter what the donation, we're grateful. But we really want to try to get to a six-figure budget to be able to make media buys in several urban areas. Can you help us? You have in the past. We got that billboard up. You saw what the impact was. Let's do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and not stop. Keep doing it until we achieve our goal, that great vision that the late Jack Kemp had, that 50% of African Americans in this nation are voting their conservative values. That's what we are aiming for. Please go to the donate button at ragingelephants.org and give the best contribution that you can today. We know you guys have given several times before, some of you, but keep giving, because you know this is a long-term campaign in order for us to get the diversity that we need going forward for the conservative movement really to be successful. I thank you for your contribution in advance. My vow to you is to never stop, to take these contributions, make the media buys that we know are going to make an impact on the electorate and see victory, not just in 2010, but well into the mid-21st century, and we need your help. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your financial support. Thank you for your volunteerism. We're making a difference. We are on the march. Stampede raging elephants. Thank you for your attention. I'm Apostle Claver T. Kamau-Imani.